So welcome back to Inside Outer Cape, Provincetown Real Estate with Nate and Laura. Today we wanted to talk about something that comes up again and again when we're working with buyers, and especially people who are new to the Outer Cape.
Yeah. And this isn't really a market conversation. It's more about psychology and why certain people feel pulled here in the first place.
Because Provincetown attracts a very specific kind of buyer.
And often they don't realize they're that buyer until they get here.
So one of the first things that we notice is that most Provincetown buyers aren't just looking for a house.
No, they're usually in the middle of some kind of a personal shift.
Right, exactly, which is not about bedrooms or proximity to the beach.
Yeah, there's almost always an emotional motivation underneath the practical.
We work with artists, we work with retirees, investors, LGBTQ plus buyers, people who don't fit neatly into one category.
But what they tend to share is a desire for a different pace and a different way of life, something that is a little different from what they're used to.
Right. And it helps to zoom out and to talk about the Outer Cape as a whole.
Because Provincetown makes the most sense when you understand the landscape around it.
The Outer Cape is a place that naturally just slows you down.
Yeah, you don't even have to try. The environment does that work for you.
Yep. I lived in New York City for 36 years.
That's most of a lifetime.
It really is. And what still surprises me is how different my day-to-day life feels now. I have a garden. And I wake up in the morning, I go outside and I see what's grown overnight.
Yeah, that's something you just don't experience the same way in New York.
Oh, no. I mean, nature there always felt managed, controlled. It's here. It's alive in a very different way.
Yeah, I mean, in New York, you might have a plant that isn't getting quite enough sun.
Right.
But here it sort of becomes, nature becomes really part of your routine instead of just something you can go visit.
Right. And that shift also affected my creative life in ways that I didn't expect.
And this part always surprises me.
Right. So I was an actor in New York for a very, very long time. And honestly, I have more opportunities now than I ever did out there.
Which seems counterintuitive.
Yes, it does. But Provincetown just doesn't have the same bottleneck.
No, there isn't one narrow definition of who gets to be visible or relevant.
Right. And I get to play roles now that I never would have been cast in back then.
Oh, totally. I mean, you've been in some really great roles and plays here in town. I mean, you've been the lead, like the lead in at least a play, but you've been in lead roles in all of the plays you've been in.
Yeah.
Provincetown allows you to do that.
Yes. And that's what draws so many people. I mean, at a certain point, you just stop chasing momentum and you start looking for fulfillment.
Right.
So another thing that buyers talk about is the people.
Oh, yeah. You mean the concentration of talent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Painters, writers, musicians, performers.
Yeah,
artists.
and people who aren't even artists themselves, but who love being around the artists.
Yeah. And that mix of culture, that mix creates a culture instead of competition.
Totally. It feels collaborative instead of performative.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
It actually reminds me of a couple that we worked with recently.
Oh, yeah. They're a perfect example.
Yeah. They were married and living down south, and they thought they wanted Cape Cod.
Right. So we showed them places in Falmouth, in Yarmouth and Dennis, more upkeep.
Yeah, solid towns, nothing wrong with them.
No, but nothing clicked.
No, they said it felt suburban.
Yep, they did. Um, yeah,
We actually spent, I think, 2 full
2 days
days
with them.
showings, driving
Mhm.
around, talking.
Yeah, and then after the second day, they came to my house for dinner in Truro.
Not part of the search, though,
Yeah,
just dinner.
just dinner. And we were sitting outside and it was quiet, it was beautiful, it was summer, the trees, and they said, "This is what we want."
Right. They weren't talking about square
No,
footage or
they were just they responded to the feeling that they got in this part of the Cape, the
Yeah.
outer Cape.
When many people picture Cape Cod, the towns they usually imagine are,
Provincetown, Truro, Wellesley.
yep,
Yeah.
less polished.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're more elemental.
And I would say like human in scale.
Yes.
I worked for several years with a couple who was planning to retire here. I actually worked for them, I think it was 3 years. And, that's the thing about working in a second home market. You often will work with people, especially
People for a
buyers,
very long time.
before they
Yeah.
make the right.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Yeah. So one of them was a librarian, and the other one worked for the city of Provincetown.
Yes.
I'm not sorry, Providence.
Providence. Yes. Yes. They weren't artists but they loved being around artists.
Yeah. And the most important thing to them was being able to walk and making connections with people.
Yeah. And they walk every day.
Yeah. We see them in the summer and even in the winter.
Yep.
They're walking, stopping to talk to people on the street.
And they wanted a town where they felt a daily social life,
Not isolated.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And we also have to talk about Provincetown as an LGBTQ plus destination.
Yeah. You can't talk about the attraction of P-Town without mentioning the strong LGBTQ plus destination.
Right. Right.
Because it is foundational to the town.
It is. And this is a place where if you're gay or you're queer, you're just different, or you don't feel like you're on the margins.
Oh, no, you're totally visible and you're totally respected.
And that sense of belonging is not abstract.
No, you feel it almost immediately. You don't feel like a second class citizen. You don't have to hide affection for your chosen family or
no, you're celebrated.
Yes.
You're celebrated. Yeah.
And I think it's one of the few places where I just feel normal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't worry about what people think about me.
Right. Yeah.
I actually lived in New York City for 15 years myself.
Yeah.
And
yeah, no, I'm sorry. I was just saying, even there, that solitude is very hard to come by.
Oh, no, yeah. I mean, there's no solitude outside your apartment.
No.
It doesn't exist. You can't go to a little place somewhere and experience a little bit of alone time.
No.
In the middle of Manhattan.
No. And here, you can. You're alone in nature.
Yeah.
You're truly alone.
Yeah. You can go to the dunes or beach forest and not even see or hear another person.
Yeah. Yeah. And then that kind of quiet changes you.
It's very nourishing.
Yep. So when you look at all these buyers together, what they share is an age, it is an income.
It's intention.
Yeah. Because people come here because they want a life that feels aligned.
Yes. They want a fulfilling life that has nature, community, creativity, and room to be themselves.
Yeah. And that's why Provincetown attracts such a unique buyer.
Because it's not easy.
Yeah. Yeah. But because it's honest.
Yeah. And you can, for the right people, it's more than just a destination. And even if you can't live here full time, to be able to have a place where you get to be who you are and seen for who you are and not judged in a way that not just not just LGBTQ plus, but um, I would say like many people are
Many,
in those
yeah,
places.
yeah. It just feels like home.
Feels like home.
Yeah, yeah. So, well, thanks for tuning in. And this is Nate and Laura, and we'll see you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye.